The CW will take over the NASCAR Xfinity Series broadcasts starting in 2025 through 2031, and they'll pay about $115 million per year for that deal.
Oh, that's it?
Spot on, spot off, TJ.
What is the CW like? Is that a chick flick channel? What is it?
Isn't that what like
Grey
Jerry
Goose.
Springer's on?
Is it a chick flick channel?
Dawson Creek.
Dawson's
They've got like
Creek?
Seinfeld on there.
Oh,
Really?
that's not chick flick.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dawson's Creek probably
It's
is
not,
a little
yeah,
bit.
it's not chick flick.
Well, here's what we know. We know they're getting into sports.
That's great.
We know they're spending a lot of money to get into sports.
That's great.
We know that they're on damn near every television in America
Which
that's
is
in
great.
people's homes, which is great. I guess you can get it with rabbit ears, which I didn't even know were still a thing. Carson? Do you even know what rabbit ears are for a TV?
No, I don't know what that is. What do
Have you
mean?
ever seen rabbit ears for a TV? No.
What are you talking about?
So you have this thing that you sit on top of your TV, which is the way we used to watch TV, and you have these things, and you literally would pull them up further and further and further, the antennas, and you could get 3 channels when I was little.
Sometimes you put aluminum foil on them to make them.
Why does that make them work
I
better?
don't know.
Oh, that's
know.
what they're called, rabbit ears.
Rabbit ears, yeah.
What do you think we were talking about?
Is it, I don't even know.
Like I thought you were actually gonna put like I thought it was like the theme of the.
Well, TJ will find you
Like
a
I thought
picture
they
on
were
his
like
phone.
genuinely rabbit ears, and that was like their theme.
It's just antennas that
like
come
you know,
up
like
in
the
back.
Energizer Bunny, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I think
like,
some
it was
people
like
came
their
out
mascot.
with ones that were like round and maybe it looked like
Yeah,
a
it
set of
looked like-
rabbit ears or something. I don't even know.
Here's the biggest reason I'm spot on for it, and I'd love to know what you guys think. NASCAR just landed a new customer. And when I'm talking about NASCAR, I'm talking about the sanctioning body just landed. This is no different than Carson landing a big new sponsor, right? We have another TV partner to add to the mix that's willing to take our product and put it in more households than we've had in the past, right? And when I look at that, first of all, it excites me, but the biggest reason, on the secondary reason why is, NBC and Fox Sports 1 and Fox were spending a lot of money to cover the Xfinity Series, and now this gives them money to potentially move into different buckets to make the Cup Series coverage better. And they got a couple years to really get aligned and see what that means. So I think the 2 biggest takeaways for me is it gives our current TV partners an opportunity to reallocate funds to make the current products better. And here comes walking in the new guy on a long-term deal. It's not like they can come in here and muck this up. They cannot. They have got to have this succeed for their investment to work. Here comes the big question, though. Now that we've got, this new partner in here, NASCAR is saying they're going to own the production side of this. What does that mean? Where is that based out of? Are they borrowing people from NBC and Fox that are already at the track? Are they using all the cameras that are already in place? Are they going to have the booth live at the racetrack? Are they going to have the booth remote like what we see in F1 and what the Xfinity Series did this weekend at Road America? Are they going to develop new talent to where it's not, Kim Kuhn on Saturday running the Xfinity race and Kim Kuhn on Sunday running the Cup race? It's going to be new broadcasting talent. So I'm curious to see how all that works, and this is my only real straight-up concern, being real with you people. If those people are on NASCAR payroll, that makes me really nervous from the broadcasting side, because we know that MRN, Dave Moody, all those guys, they're all on NASCAR payroll, right? They work for NASCAR. There is no way around it. The last thing I'm going to do is come on here and mother Dale Jr. on this show because he's my boss for Dirty Mo Media. So I want to know, as a sports fan, when I'm watching a broadcast, I want to know what you really think. So I just hope we understand, and it's 2 years out, I hope we understand who those people are, who they're paid by, because I don't want to be sold any more than I'm already sold now.
Yeah, that's some good points to bring up there. I don't know the answers to any of them, but it'll be interesting to see how that works out.
I think my favorite part of it, honestly, though, is that it's all 33 races. Like, it's not different. It's not this new
Yeah, well, you can go and find that on that channel.
broadcast. It's not this new broadcast for just 23 weeks or 20 weeks. Like, you're going to get used to it really quickly.
Agree.
That it's all 33 for however many years,
Which when a long time ago, that's how it used to be too for us. I mean, you go to the same channel, right? I mean,
We at least knew the same time. We knew which partners were doing what. Now it's all over the place. So, great point, Carson. Spot on for you being spot on.
All right, next topic. Shane van Gisbergen
Giz. There's no N before the S.
Professional
Giz.
journalist major over there. Can't even say
Gisbergen.
the
With
name.
a Z, Giz.
Giz
SVG.
Giz
Gisberger.
hamburger. Yeah. So you can't say
That's
that.
that's your get out of jail free card, SVG.
SVG.
What'd you call him, Brett?
I don't remember.
Yeah, right.
I think he called him Van Hamburger on the
No, he just
after the
called
race in
him.
Chicago.
Brandon, what'd he say?
Oh, what did he say? I can't
just
remember
said
what he said. What Joey
Van
said?
Gisberger. I mean,
It's easy to have a typo with your mouth, too.
why don't you Google that and see what comes up, Brett?
Anyways, about
I almost spit
SVG.
my water out.
He confirms intentions to switch from supercars to NASCAR starting next season. Spot on, spot off. Brett.
How did he confirm those intentions, Andrew? What happened? Tell me.
I believe he spoke to Front Stretch about it, basically saying that he was making plans to make the move full-time over to NASCAR next year.
Man, good for him, man.
Yeah.
I'm spot on, especially with the influence that he's had around here. I mean, he brings clearly some international appeal, and anytime I think we can get a better race car driver in here that's better for the sport, better for sponsors. We've seen Marcus Ambrose come over here, man, and I can't imagine how good Ambrose would have been had he been in a really good car.
Or if we ran some street races back then.
I mean, he was a talented race car driver.
Yeah.
Did a phenomenal job, and contended to win some races at road courses. But just imagine if he'd have been in a hot rod.
Just
Yeah.
imagine if he'd be in the same car. Like
Yeah.
everybody's on even cars now. Like it's
Yeah.
not.
Right.
It's not
Yeah, it's not-
Aero.
yeah.
It's not like.
He was taking a B car probably then and running
No,
with A's.
I don't know if he's B's. Maybe.
You think they were worse or better?
I mean, C's maybe. C plus.
I'm just saying he was definitely out. Others definitely had better equipment. He was
Yeah,
running with them
for
and
sure.
stuff,
To Carson's
so.
point, if he'd been in even equipment, which
Yeah.
there's more parity now than ever in the Cup Series, he'd
I
been in
think
better.
I'm spot on for it too because the guy gets in everything and runs Bathurst and other
Didn't
cars.
Marcus heel toe too? Like he didn't he?
Yeah. Oh,
So
yeah.
he's not. So I've inquired about that. He's not. He's heel toeing, but he's using the clutch. Did you see what he's doing with the clutch? He's
The
using every time.
Shane,
Shane.
Yeah.
He's using the clutch to stop the wheel hopping and stuff. Like, if like not that I'm a superb race car driver, but if I tried to do that into one corner, I'd probably be into the tire barrier. I'd have been in there like no every lap. But I'm spot on for Shane coming over here. Like Brett said, it's great to get people like that, and Shane was a class act. Marcus was when he came over here. Great dude, and I'm interested in seeing if Shane. I think the learning curve for him to come over here is going to be easier than what it was for when Ambrose did it. I think the cars are closer together. I think he has a chance to come over here, and if he gets in good equipment, I think he could be pretty. Don't get me wrong, the mile and a half and stuff in the air, it's going to take a little while to learn. I mean, it's tough, but I think the guy has a really good shot of coming over here, and his first year is going to be a struggle, but I think he has the talent to pick it up, and we'll see. I mean, but I'm spot on for it because I got a lot of friends in Australia and over there and great people. Dale Jr. talks about like Paul Morris, Owen Kelly, and them over there. Really good dudes. Looking really forward to it if it happens.
So he confirmed that he is on the hunt for a full-time program in NASCAR next year, or he alluded to a full-time program. At least that's according to Motorsport. But he's going to be back in a few weeks in Indy. How do you guys think he'll do in his second attempt at?
Is it raining or
NASCAR
not
race?
raining?
I would. Let's give it no rain. Normal conditions.
He finishes 15th.
I think he finishes a little bit better than that, but I think
Do you remember what turn one at Indy looks like?
was that with Logano on the pit road access or on the track? I think he runs top 10, but I think the competition's way closer here. I think our guys have been to this track. It's not an enclosed street course where I don't think our guys were used to it. You know, that track. It was Shane's used to those rough street courses. Like the car is very similar, probably harder to drive than the Cup car. Honestly, I don't think they have as big of tires as we have. So he came over here and drove a car that has less horsepower, more grip, and a street course that he's used to. And I mean, he got faster and faster as it went on too. And he did a really good job being patient in that race and just letting it come to him. But I think the competition you go to some of these tracks like there, Watkins Glen, Sonoma. I just think it's going to be hard to run, just be dominant. I think he'll run with them guys, but I think he's going to get out of that race and be like, these guys are pretty good at this stuff.
That's what I want Carson to tell me. How good is this guy? How hard is it going to be for him to get here and be good, successful?
Man, I don't know. I think it's going to be really tough for him on the mile and a halfs, right? That's going to be tough to learn. I think the short tracks are going to be super
25th
tough.
at a mile and a half is going to be like, whoa.
I think genuinely, there's going to be – I'm curious how he performs, right? Because I think there's a race within the race. I think he's racing Brody Kostecki too. He's coming over.
Yeah.
They race each other all the time. It seems like Brody wins a lot. I keep seeing on Twitter he's winning.
He's gotten really good.
He's getting a lot better. I've heard his name a handful of times even when I'm in the simulator.
Yeah.
His name is obviously circling around. So I think there's a race within the race, especially between those two. I mean, how can it not? As a competitor, that's what you're used to, is racing that guy.
Right.
I'm curious how he does, and I'm curious who wins between the two or who's faster between the two, because obviously SVG's already has a win. He's already knows this car a little bit, but I don't know. My guess was anywhere from like 6th to 12th would be like not a shock for either. I think ahead of 6 would be above average, and below 12th I think would be a bit of a shock for me.